hello there, friend. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. Today we're installing a Sargent Electrified Mortise lock. This is a 82281. It's a privacy function for a bathroom. Take those instructions, get rid of them. You don't need those. It's a privacy function for a staff bathroom at a school. They're always a tricky thing for the people to figure out what kind of function they want here, because you got to keep the kids out, you got to let the teachers in, and if there's a teacher in there taking care of business, you got to make sure there no other teachers can get in. So this is one solution for that. It's an electrified privacy lock, so card read in, then once you turn that thumb turn, nobody else can get in. So hopefully this is what they want. Hopefully this works well for them. Here I'm unpacking everything. I set the little stopwatch on my phone going since I speed up these videos so you can kind of just see in real time what's going on. Here we have the exterior indicator, and then here's the interior indicator with a thumb turn. Those each have their own screw packs. Here's the mortise cassette. It's got the Electrolinks wire harness in there, and so we're not using the 4-pin connector there, so I'm going to tie that up tight to the wire so that it'll pull back nice and smooth through the chase that's in the door and won't block me from putting that mortise cassette where it needs to be inside the door. And then I'm going to pull it through here. I got some debris in the door because I had to drill the thumb turn and indicator holes that weren't in the door, those 1/2-inch holes. I had to drill them, so I had to clean out the little pocket here because there was some wood debris in there. Let's get that out. I really like these mortise cassettes because they have a little clip on the back side that holds that wire, and it holds that wire right where it's supposed to be. And on the Schlage models, I'll tape the wire to the back side of the cassette because it really needs to be tight up to the back for it to, and go up to the top for it to sit flush. So, and then here I'm having some trouble peeling the protective film off of the scalp plate. I'm thinking this thing was probably bacon in a Connex box out in the laydown yard, you know, getting pretty hot. That plastic was just getting stuck on there. I got as much off as we're gonna get it off. So I got the cassette in there. I'm threading the cylinder in to make sure that all the preps will line up before I drill the mounting holes for that cassette, just so I don't mount it too low or too high. I'm using a Vicks bit, mark my holes in the edge of the door. I think it's 11/64 or a 5/32. Putting some screws in there. I don't know why I don't have 2 impacts. Normally I'm running 2 impacts, a number 2 tip and a number 3 tip. I'm not sure. So here's a big fail. You're gonna see a big fail from me right here. I am not gonna use this template correctly. I'm holding it up and eyeballing it, but there's a little black piece you can tear off on the right side of that template. You break that little piece off and it lines everything up for you. It goes inside the prep and then holds the template where it's supposed to be. I didn't know that's how it worked, so I'm just holding it up and eyeballing it. So I thought this is a dumb template, but it was actually me that was dumb. So I figured that out after a couple of these, and I really like that template now. It works great. So now I'm taking a little bit smaller than an 1/8-inch bit and pre-drilling these holes. Yeah, these locks work really good. I like that there's an indicator on both sides. That's you kind of need that nowadays. It's like if the person inside the room doesn't know if it's locked or not, that means somebody could come in potentially while they're in there using it. You don't want that to happen. So yeah, these locks are as simple or as complicated as we can make them, and this one at least everybody knows what's going on. So now we're gonna mount the outside indicator, and that's what the cylinder will thread through into the cassette. Now we're going to mount the inside indicator, inside mounting plate. Pencil marks are really hard to see on these laminate doors with if you look at the color of them and everything. Man, I was like, I could barely see my pencil marks, but there we go. Occupied, vacant, occupied, vacant. Very nice. Now let's thread that cylinder in. I'll tell you this much. Cylinders do not always thread in that easy. This one threaded in very easy because everything was lined up nicely, but be careful if you're going to use a screwdriver like I just used, because you don't want to mess up the threads. And then I don't think you saw me set that cylinder, but you would tighten the set screw in the side before you put that scalp plate on, and then put the outside lever assembly, and then we're gonna do the inside. Here I mess up something else again. When I do this, there's a little notch on that post, and I put that notch the right way. It goes towards the inside because there's a set screw, but on this piece here there's a hole that's threaded for the set screw, and I actually installed that backwards. So you're going to see me take this back apart once I realize that I put it in wrong. Because I'm going to take the lever, I'm going to take this weird, I got a little tip on one of these long extensions, and I think it's a Torx head screw for that set screw for the lever. Also on my 10-in-1 or my 11-in-1, whatever you call it, my Klein 11-in-1, it's got this tip also on it, but I just happen to have this set up like this for the moment. Here I'm realizing, oh, I put the thing in wrong. I gotta take it back off. I had the post in correctly. It's just the threaded screw hole that little inside mounting row or mounting bracket I had that backwards. So now I got it in right. Do not over tighten these screws. I'm not using the impact feature of my impact. I'm just using it like a screwdriver. You do not want to crank those down. So now the lever goes back on. My set screw now can thread in because there's a hole there for it. And we're just about done installing a Sargent, what was it, 82281? Hey, look at that. Nice job. And it actually worked. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for taking, what was it, 16 minutes? I think it was 16 minutes there. I can't even read it. Yeah, 16:45. Throw the box behind the door, protect the wall. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I got more videos coming your way, so thanks so much for your time. We'll catch you next time.